What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, that wasn't nothing. Girl, sometimes it just be feeling like shit be in my mouth stuff. My lips are kind of dry. But anyway, this is the reunion part one of season three, I believe this is. Yeah, season three. So you know how they do at the beginning, getting everybody together, everybody comes out. I don't know. What y'all feel about the fashions? Y'all know I really don't be looking at the fashions like that, especially these. None of them really caught my eye that actually looked good to me like that. Robin hair. When I first saw her hair on, I think it was Baller Alert or something like that. Maybe because of what she had on and the way the light was hitting it, I did kind of dig it. It did look good on her. But this hair right now, that's on the reunion, it looks like a wig. Okay, it looked like a 27 piece, and it just looks. I don't know. It just don't look. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. She's giving me Mama D. But moving on from that, they started talking. Well, we found out that Karen lost her father to Alzheimer's 2 weeks before they started filming. When she was talking to Andy, she said they buried the father that Thursday and they came there that Tuesday to do the reunion. And 7 months prior to that, she lost her mother. So she's dealing with a lot, and to know that she was dealing with all this stuff during the time of this taping and shit like that, and to have her friends, so-called friends, just doing all the shit that they was doing, that makes what they were doing even more petty and even more worse. And to me, I don't care what nobody say, regardless of the fact that if Karen is telling her business or not, or if she's being 100% truthful or not, the way that they responded, the way that they acted, the way that they did all of that is 100% wrong. Okay, you don't do that to a friend. Instead of being there trying to comfort her through her times and stuff and be on her side, y'all up there trying to bring her down by seeing what she doing. But we're not going to get into that just yet. You know, they started off with the imitations that people do. We found out that Karen keeps her wigs in a Walmart bag because they're reliable, but they're not cheap and all that stuff. Whoop de whoop. Then I'm gonna just breeze past that because that wasn't the good part. We started hitting it right on when they started talking about Monique and her pregnancy and her being pregnant now. I think she's 5 months at the time of this reunion, and the alcoholism, so-called alcoholism, the miscarriage and all that stuff, and Ashley's input. And basically, Monique said one of the toughest things that she got was people saying that the reason why she lost her baby is because she was an alcoholic. You don't say that to a person that you don't know personally and you just see itsy bitsy parts of their lives, okay? You don't know what that lady be doing in her private home. And just like I was saying in the reunion, during the episode when this whole thing came out about her getting into the car accident, yes, it can look like, and I'm not going to deny and sit here and be like, no, that ain't a possibility. It could have been a possibility that she had one too many drinks and, she was just that stressed out or whatever and that happened. But it also could be a possibility that the bitch was just tired and she just got into a fucking accident. It happens, okay? But that does not give Ashley, regardless of what it is, it does not give Ashley the right to go around telling Monique's story to everybody without Monique saying her own story and then twisting it. And Monique was like, how the fuck you trying to make me be an alcoholic when I'm on a girls trip and it's my one and only time for me to wind down and just to have fun with a group of women that I thought was my friends. The same thing that I was saying throughout the whole thing. Ashley's whole thing is, well, you the one that said this and you the one that did this and you the one that put it out there and you got other stuff that linked to this and all this shit. And I'm like, girl, you're not listening to what Monique is saying. And Andy even had to bust out Ashley and was like, well, in every episode you are seen with a Corona in your hand and you're acting a little hypocritical because people can say the same thing about you. Well, no, it's not the same. Technically, it can be the same, whichever way you want to look at it. And then Monique was like, you don't own the stuff. Well, I did own it. I did own it. She was like, but it took you to get on Watch What Happens Live to talk about some little story about you sitting up in a parking garage for 30 minutes pondering over it or whatever the fuck. Why didn't you do that earlier? Why did it have to wait to watch what happened last? I said, bitch, what? Girl, Ashley just gets on my goddamn nerves. I will never like her. I never liked her. Okay, I tolerated her in the first season. I was sympathetic a little bit to her when I felt like Robin was doing the most coming to her. But now I'm on Robin's side. You're doing too much. You're doing too fucking much, and you don't. Ugh. Did y'all catch Andy Shade to Candace at the beginning when she was talking about going through the airports and everybody knowing her, and he was like, "Well, who knows you outside the pageant world and stuff like that. Andy is shady as shit, and sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not. But that was funny. I like that one. But back on this Monique and Ashley shit. Basically, Ashley, you're fucking wrong if you ask me. Karen, they asked Karen who did she believe? And, of course, she said she believed Monique. And Ashley was like, I don't think Karen is the person that you should be asking or whatever. Then Karen and Ashley gets into it. She told Ashley to shut the fuck up, okay? Because, listen, you're a pot stirrer, which you are. All right? She was like, I will never hang out with you, okay? The 3 years that I've known you, I've only spent in your presence for like 30 minutes or so. That's it. They never really got along from day one. And they never will. And Ashley just don't understand that her personality, you can be bubbly or whatever, but then once you get to know the bitch, like, she just all up in everybody's fucking business, and it's just irritating. Like, damn, bitch, are you that bored that you got to do all this shit? They came at Monique some more about the alcohol stuff or whatever. I'm tired of talking about it, y'all. I'm so tired, and I'm so, the episode is late, and at this point, if it's not a lot of energy, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, and I came straight home to do this, so bear with me, okay? I'm trying to retain everything, and I'm also tired as hell, and I actually got 2 more reviews to do. I got to do Insecure, and then I got to do Love and Hip Hop for tonight, and then after that, I am completely done, okay? And I'm dealing with some other stuff that, it's just a lot. But anyway, moving on. They start talking about Monique and the essential oils. Do you not believe in this, and do you not believe in medicine? She was like, yes, I do. I just do the natural stuff first. She still take the kids to the doctors and all that stuff. Surprisingly, Ashley did come to her defense and said, people should be able to do what they want, and nothing's against essential oils because some of them actually do work. Back on the other subject, when Giselle and Monique got into it, back on that alcohol subject, when Robin got into it with her too, and then they did the umbrella thing, they was like, Andy said, why was you mad at Giselle? And it was like, because Giselle was the one that Giselle and Robin inserted themselves into a conversation that had nothing to do with them. That's how it got put on them, which was true. And let me just say this, Robin, you don't want people to think that you a puppet to Giselle and that you a follower to Giselle. A question was asked to Giselle, to somebody else, or asked about Giselle or whatever to somebody else, and your ass just jumped in, and she couldn't defend herself because you were the main one that's trying to defend her. And when she said this already on this, and how can you feel this way, and whoop this, shut up and let that person talk, okay? Why are you speaking for her? You do that all the time. Do Giselle do that for you? If she do, I don't remember, but whatever. They going back and forth about that. They was asking, and I'm so glad they brought this up. Giselle, why the fuck are you pissed off that, Monique upgraded her seat to first class and you didn't, when you already said that you was coming here with Robin to just kick it with Robin on that trip? They called her ass up. I was glad that they asked that question. She was talking about something. No, it wasn't that I was upset that she upgraded to first class. It's like, just tell us. Why she need to tell you? You're not finna sit there and talk to her in the first place, so what the fuck? You was gonna ignore her the whole time anyway. So get out your dumb ass feelings, okay? What else happened in this little segment? Girl, I forget. They was talking about what the fuck is that? Sorry about that. But anyway, Andy was trying to ask and see exactly why don't Giselle and Monique get along. And Monique was like, I had no problems with her. Giselle and her just don't gel. And even Andy said, you didn't like her from the day one. Now, of course, Giselle talked about something. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. What is it then? Because you threw shots at her since season 2 when she was on here, and she didn't even say nothing negative to you. You came off so harsh and whatever because you ain't the young bitch in the group, okay? Like, girl, what is it? That mean girl, sorority girl type shit is going on with Giselle. You're not in sororities no more, okay? You're not a fucking 20-year-old anymore. Oh, yeah, they got on Monique about the not for lazy mom thing and what the title really means. And she was like, basically, it's showing that no woman is a lazy mom. And the only way that you can get offended is if you are a lazy mom. Giselle talked about something where I was offended by the name. And that's when Robin jumps in talking about something. Why would you? So that's basically implying that this is this and this is that. And it was like, well, bitch, it's not even just talking about this one particular subject. It's talking about a whole bunch of stuff on there if you were to go actually look at the website. And Andy asks, have y'all looked at the website? No, they have not. So therefore, you're speaking out your ass on something that you don't know because you didn't even bother to look it up. So you look dumb questioning shit that you could just, all you had to do was www.notforlazymoms.com and go read the about page and see what it's about before you start coming at her accusing shit. And I'm with Monique, bitch. If you offended for the title, that's because bitch your ass must be a lazy mom. Okay, there you fucking go. Then they asked if Monique and Giselle could be a, do they see themselves being friends again or trying to be friends? And Monique said, yeah, I can see us being friends. I don't understand why it'll never happen because, you know, Monique in her mind is saying that they just have a lot of misunderstandings and strong personalities and things of that such. It's never going to work, Monique. So let that shit go. That bitch don't like you. And after all the shit that's been going down between y'all two, I wouldn't want to be friends with that bitch either, okay? And then Giselle talking about something. Yeah, if she take ownership for her things and what she do, girl, shut the fuck up. Because you don't do that all the time either. Then they get on Candace and asking, you know, how did she feel about, you know, the girls not listening to her in France. And that shit pissed me off when they was talking about it. And because, well, once again, Candace is giving her comments and seeing the way that the girls reacted, they're doing the exact same thing. Ashley sitting there doing like this, like she not really paying attention. Giselle just doing whatever. And it was just like, okay, we get it. You don't care. Because technically speaking, I didn't care about the shit. But they even said themselves, like, it wasn't nothing. You up here talking about the fact that he won't hold your purse. And she said, if you would have gave me the chance to really talk, it was a whole lot more that went on. He told me, don't let this camera shit go to your head because you ain't shit. And then, excuse me, that, you should have led with that, to be quite honest, Candace. You should have led with that, okay? Maybe that would have got their attention, maybe not, but I would have led with that part. But, you know, they started talking about his ding-a-ling and it being mismatched dicks and brown and all that stuff and wanting to see it. Karen said, if you pull that shit out, I'm leaving the stage, okay? Then, you know, Andy brings up the fact that Candace always bringing up race or whatever. Talking about, you know, ingest what white people do, or that's some white people stuff or whatever, and actually take offense to it. It's like, why are you taking it? Because you half white or something? Like, girl, is she half and half or what? Or because she married to a white man or whatever? Like, you can tell when somebody's being serious and when somebody's joking about stuff. And Candace got her ass together. Just like when you be talking about other people's shit, bitch, you be always up in other people's stuff. Just like the Monique situation, talking about this, talking about that. And you're messy as hell, you this and you that. Bitch, they went in on each other. And I was just like, goddamn. Okay, she called her you know, she was like, you're a twat, okay? You're this. And Ashley was just going in and trying to go in, and then Candace went and returned that shit. See, I like that part because that's the thing with Ashley and Candace. I will say that. Ashley, if you come at her, she is gonna come back. Okay? Candace, if you come at her, she gonna come back too. So that was kind of, I ain't gonna say it was cute, but I was entertained by that little exchange between Candace and Ashley. And then when they was asking, do Candace, a viewer asked the question, how can your husband be here for living in a house that his mother-in-law has paid for? And she was like, first of all, she don't pay for it. Let me say that again. She do pay for it, but it's like an investment because he pay half the rent and all that stuff. And here go Ashley. So you're not just a housewife, you're a house daughter, okay? And then she called her a house trollop. Bitch, they was going back and forth, and when she told her to take your ass to bed, you're weary. It's go to sleep, but it's daytime. That shit was funny to me. I don't give a fuck. I said, Ashley just, she annoys the hell out of me, okay? But you know, at the end of the day, they start talking about the marriage and, you know, how it's going to have 250 people that's going to be there, and it's everybody invited, and almost everybody's invited except for Giselle, because Giselle said she didn't want to come, so whatever. Ashley is invited, even though they just got through going back and forth with each other. And Candace said, you know, we have this relationship where I can still appreciate her and sometimes see past her messiness because I can see the good in her. I said, where? Because I don't. Ashley is just, I don't. And the fact that she has my name, I'm sorry, that's just, it's irritating. It's really irritating. So they get on the whole Robin situation. They showed the clip about her and Juan and the medium, and they spoke on that a little bit. Then they got on Karen in this event. Here's the thing, Karen, because somebody asked, well, I dictated yes into my thing, and it sorry put yes right or put yay right, the right word and all that stuff. So you're basically lying. Do I feel as though Karen was lying about not wanting to put yes instead of yay? Yes, I do feel like she was lying. In Karen's definition or her explanation, I believe that's what she meant though when she was saying that, she'll be there, meaning that she will split the time up. And I even said that too. Like, why wasn't that a possibility that, she go to drop in on Monique event for a few minutes and then drop in on yours? Like, why wasn't that an option? That totally could have been done. Okay, and Karen said she felt like Robin was trying to make her choose, and Robin trying to say that no, she wasn't trying to make her choose anything, and then go in on the fact that the event that Monique was presenting at wasn't, that important or significant to her. And then Monique was like, how the fuck you gonna tell me what it was? And basically what Robin was trying to say was, because Giselle want to put out that we all got those same invitations, but did you get an invitation to present? Probably not. You probably got an invitation to attend. But what she was trying to say was, it wasn't Monique's actual event like it was Robin's. And, she was like, if you could have came to Robin's event, would you would have went? And she said, yeah, if I could have came. I was like, here go Giselle. No, you would. No, you would. I'm just sitting here like, this shit is petty as fuck. Okay? When Karen told Robin, excuse me, I don't even mean to be rude, but bitch, who the fuck are you for me to have to lie to? I said, woo. That was funny to me. Bitch, they was just going in about that whole thing. Andy bring up the whole meme thing again, and basically what Monique is saying, that Robin, you are a fucking puppet too, goddamn Giselle. Robin wants to wholeheartedly deny that shit. Giselle want to deny it too. But bitch, the way that y'all acting, the way that Robin proved that shit when she wouldn't even let Giselle speak for herself, you coming in and you speaking for her and all that shit. Like Monique said, bitch, you should be sitting down in her goddamn lap. Point blank to the fucking period. So Monique, girl, this whole time I was defending your ass, and you mean to tell me that your brother really was the one that was behind that fan page and you ain't had no control over what this motherfucker put? Okay, so here's the thing, and I will always say this. A whole bunch of celebrities, they have fan pages out here. Most of the time, they don't know who run those fan pages. Then you have some fan pages that make it up through the ranks where they get so close to the celebrity that, they get followed by them and they have a little probably DM conversation and shit like that. They become close and they know their names and stuff like that. And they probably can't tell them what to put and what not to put. But, Monique, you really made it seem like throughout the season, and I can call myself out on this because I defended your ass with this shit too, that you really did not know who was running that fan page account and had me saying that Robin, you looking stupid or whatever, like, let the shit go. Bitch, still, Robin, shut the fuck up and let the shit go. But on the other hand, Monique, you knew that was your brother that was running that account. So when Robin was saying that shit, you knew that she was telling the truth. And you up here sitting here talking about something, he a grown-ass man, you can't tell him what to put. Even if he posts something about me, it is what it is. But why would he post something about me because I'm his sister? Bitch, no. Okay? What we're not going to do is play stupid on here. I'm so glad that Andy came through and was like, how can you do that to somebody? You having a fan page. If my sister or somebody was running my fan page and started talking about the people that I work with, that reflects on me. Okay? You can't have that. And then here go Robin. I was all here for what Andy was trying to say. But when Robin was like, especially when it's people that you're trying to become friends with and get to know, first of all, she wasn't trying to become friends with you. Who the fuck was one trying to become friends with you? Okay? But they was making valid points. Monique, just own your shit. And I guess that's what Giselle was talking about, you owning your shit. Oh, okay, I guess. So they go into the whole Karen situation with the tax thing. And, Robin said, and even, Karen said that she had to give it to Robin because Robin reached out to her and they talked for 3 hours and she felt that she was being genuine. She had called Giselle at first, but Giselle didn't answer because Giselle was on vacation. And she said Giselle would have answered because they had a history with each other or whatever. But Robin said, I did want to be there for you. And as soon as I got off the phone, Juan had overheard what was being said. And he said that when you talking about something you didn't know what was going on, you're lying. And so she was like, because in the type of relationship that she has with Juan, they tell each other everything. They know everything about each other. I said, but okay. And so, when he said that, it put a little bit of doubt in her mind as to whether or not Karen was telling the truth. And so she genuinely was coming to her saying that she wanted to be there for her, but didn't believe everything and wanted to be honest or whatever the fuck. Because Karen was saying that, the money thing is behind them, but not really because they still paying on it or whatever the fuck. So it's a payment plan that's going on, but they got it figured out as to how they're going to, deal with it. And do I feel like Karen probably know a little bit more than she's saying. She probably don't know that much though. And I don't think that she probably knows as much that might be really, really incriminating her. And I do feel like because Ray's such an old school type of looking dude, he probably did not tell her a lot of shit. But here's my thing. When Andy was like, why don't you just tell them girls what was going on instead of just, that'll just shut them all up. She don't have to tell them, okay? You don't have to tell a person a damn thing. And yes, like you told Candace and Ashley about each other's when they was going back and forth at each other, that y'all both on reality shows because, Andy had asked Candace, do what percentage of the restaurant do Chris owns and all that stuff, and she said she didn't want to talk about that. Which was her right to, and Ashley jumped into it, talking about that's a fair question, because the chef at our restaurant owns a small percentage of this and a small percentage of that, so that's a fair question. No, okay, if a person don't want to answer a question, they don't have to answer a question that deep, especially when it's not her or them that's mainly on the fucking reality show. It's Candace that's on there, not Chris. You want to ask that question, ask that to Chris, okay? Not Candace, all right? And just because you're an open book, Ashley, that's exactly what Candace said. Just because you like to put everything out there, don't mean everybody else does. And that's the same thing we were saying with Karen. Just because some other people probably would have no trouble with just going out here and putting all their informations out there, leaving nothing to the imagination, does not mean that Karen has to do that. Does not mean that I have to do that. There's a lot of shit about me that y'all will never know because we not on that level. No shade. We cool, but we're not on that level. And the same thing with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna tell me all y'all shit because we're not on that level like that. So why is it such a big deal that this woman won't tell him nothing? Then you talk about something, Giselle, I don't know how to be a friend to you when my friend is lying to me or whatever. Bitch, if I feel like something is going on in my friendship, that my friend is not coming to me and telling me something, I'm not going to badger them, especially in their time of need. If this is happening, I'm going to step away and give them that opportunity to fix it first and wait for them to come to me with it and not get pissed off that they won't tell me because that's their business and I'm not obligated to be in their business, okay? They're not obligated to tell me anything. Like, I just don't get that. I have a friend that was going through some stuff and I realized that because we haven't been talking like that until she finally told me what was going on. Did I badger her and say, girl, what's going on? Why you not talking to me? A real friend would do this and you lying about this. And no, I let her come to me. And I understood exactly what was going on because that's the type of relationship that I want with people and I have, because I'm not going to go outright and tell you what's going on in my life, okay? No, I will wait. And when I feel comfortable enough saying what it is, then I will say it. But don't badger me, because once you badger and badger and badger and badger, you're just going to shut me down, 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 and I'm just going to pull further, further away. And that's exactly what Karen was doing. And they just don't seem to understand that. Child, Karen was like, y'all doing all this mess to be malicious and y'all all up in this sensational mess. Y'all ain't even caring about the fact that my father died. My parents died. My father, I just buried him on Thursday. And she just broke down. Bitch, no, I ain't even gonna fucking lie. That shit got to me, okay? Because I was sitting here, that's what we've been saying. Like, nobody cares about nothing else, but you so focused on trying to figure out whether or not she lives at this place, whether or not she's telling the truth. What about the real shit that really, really matters about being a friend? Being there for them when they're going in their time of need. And y'all failed at that. Y'all failed at that. And Giselle, it was cute to see you going after Karen. And it was just sad to see her. At first, I was like, girl, is she really crying? But I looked at her face. Her mascara was running a little bit. Her eyes was watery as hell. But, that was cute for you to try to make it seem like you a friend now. That's something that you should have been doing for a minute, okay? But anyway, that was Real Housewives. Y'all tell me how y'all felt.